This is Wednesday night's homework, and the first question asks, what is the prime factorization of 80? And again, prime factorization is just reducing a number down to only prime factors. And factors are what you multiply together to make a number. So 80. So I know that 8 times 10 equals 80. But I also know that 8 and 10 are both composite numbers. That means they have more than 2 factors. So I'm going to find factors of 8. What can I multiply together to get 8? 4 times 2. Now, I know that 2 is a prime number. I also know that 4 is not a prime number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out my factors of 4, which are 2 times 2. Those are both prime numbers. Now we have to find the factors of 10. 10 can be created by doing 2 times 5. So I know that 2 is a prime number, and I know that 5 is a prime number. So my prime factorization of 80 would be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. Now it might be a good idea when you're doing this is as you write the number to cross them out, just so that you know that you have written all of your 2's, because sometimes we make mistakes on that. So using it in scientific notation, it would be 2 to the 4th power, because it's 2 multiplied 4 times 5. Okay. Number 2 says, name all the factors for 24. And factors are just numbers that you multiply together to make another number. So if I multiply 1 times 24, I will get 24, because anything times 1 is itself. I see that this in the ones place, it's an even number, so I know that it's going to have a factor of 2. So 2 times 12 gives me 24. Now, if you have made a multiplication grid for homework, it would be helpful to use here. And you'll find 24 in a couple of different places. You'll find it where it says 3 times 8 and 4 times 6. And those are all the factors for 24. This one says, find the 7th term in the pattern below. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 terms. So I need to bring this out all the way to the 7th term. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to give myself a visual so I know how far I have to go. So I have 36, and it becomes 32. And there's only 2 operations that make things smaller. That's subtraction and division. Let's try subtraction. 36 minus 32 is 4. I wonder if 32 minus 28 is 4. Borrow here. It is. So it looks like we're subtracting 4. If I subtract 4 from 28, I will get 24. So I'm going to continue to subtract 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. So I have 20. Again, I'm going to subtract 4. 20 minus 4. I'll give it 6. 16. And 16 minus 4. 6 minus 4 is 2. Bring down my 1. My 7th term is 12. So I'm going to circle it. Okay. This next one is a word problem. It says a koala bear eats 28 pounds of eucalyptus leaves in a week. Oh, that's a lot of eucalyptus leaves. How many pounds does the koala bear eat in 7 weeks? So I'm going to underline the important information here, and that's 28 pounds a week and 7 weeks. So it wants me to know how many pounds it eats. So it eats 28 pounds a week. So if I wanted to look at that, I could create a representation. 5, 6, 7. So I have 28 groups, or 7 groups of 28. And when I'm grouping things together, what's easier than trying to add them over and over again, whenever we're doing that repeated addition, we're just going to multiply. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 2 is 14 plus 5 is 19. So 196 pounds. That is a lot of food right there. Okay, our last one here says 265 divided by 5. I know you guys didn't do a lot of division last year, so we're just going to try to refresh you on it, and I'm going to show you the way that I was taught to do division, but that doesn't mean it's the only way you can do it. You can still continue to use partial products if that's easier for you. So to remind my steps, I do dad, mother, sister, brother. That means divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. If it's helpful to you, you can also write out the multiples of 5. So, can 5 go into 2? No, because 2 is too little. So I'm going to bring my 0 here. 5 times 0 is 0. Okay, I'm going to subtract that. That's 2. I'm going to bring down my 6. So, how many times can 5 go into 26? So I'm going to look over here, and I want to get the closest to 26 that I can without going over. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. So it can go in 5 times. 5 times 5 is over here, 25. And we're going to subtract. 6 minus 5 is 1. 2 minus 2 is 0. I have to bring down my last number, which is 5. So we're going to start all over again. How many times can 5 go into 15 without going over? 1, 2, 3. 5 times 3 equals 15. Subtract. 15 minus 15 is 0, and there's nothing left to bring down. So my answer is 53.